national under-19 championships, and there were 8 games and all 50 overs. And something that was really noticeable to me is that you have a lot more time in 50 over cricket than you think. When you watch international cricket, you watch India play, they might score 360, 370, and that Rohit gets 160 off 140 balls or 130 balls. Virat does something like that. So what we end up thinking that they play like a 20-20 innings throughout that whole 50 overs. But what we forget is that in those middle overs and say 10 overs to 40 overs, they're going at pretty much a run a ball with the odd boundary. Maybe they're going at 7 and over, but they're going 5 singles and a 2, and then every third over they pick up a boundary when they bowl a bad ball or they play a really good shot. They're just really busy. And then if they've got wickets in hand in the last 10 overs, they can attack and maybe get 100 off 10, and if they get a good start against the new ball, that might bring their score up to 350, 360. So what was noticeable at the Australian under-19 level is everyone's trying, with 15 overs to go, and where the team is 5 wickets down, they think that they have to get on with it then, and then they get out, the next guy comes and gets out, and all of a sudden they're 7 down with 13 overs to go, and it's like, okay, let's not get bowled out here. You've got a lot more time in 50 over cricket than you think. So if you can, you've got to play the situation of the game. So if you're batting first, it's hard to know what a good score is, but that's where you've got to communicate with your teammates and say, oh, this wicket's good to bat on. We think 250, 260 is a good score. Previous games here, we know that 240 won the game. So you're going off your own, you're sort of a bit guessing. If you're batting second, you know what you're chasing. So you've got to play the situation of the game. You get yourself in, and then if you need to get 7 and over, you've got to say, all right, how do we get 7 and over? It's not playing massive shots, but it's about getting off strike, getting a 2, and then every second over or third over getting a boundary. So you've got it, you can't just go, all right, I'm going to get myself in and get to 10 off 30 balls, because then all of a sudden the run rate is 9 and over. So you've got to play the situation of the game, but you always have more time than you think. You can catch up later. A lot of people in this tournament threw their wicket away and gave up good opportunities because they thought, 12 overs to go, it's time for me to go. They get out, and then a new batter, what does a new batter have to do? They have to start again. They have to get themselves in. They're not going to go from ball 1 generally. So you're better off going, okay, I feel like I should go, but if I just get through this over, I know that I can line up the other bowler better. And you've got to be smart about who you attack as well. If there's one side that's smaller, you might attack that side. If the wind's going one way, you might attack that side. If one bowler you fancy better than the other, you might attack that bowler. So it's not just saying, okay, 12 overs to go, I have to hit now, and then the opening bowler comes back on and you're trying to hit the best bowler. You might say, okay, let's get 5 off this over, and then we can get 8 or 9 off the other over, off their little off spinner or something. So it's about having a bit of game awareness and understanding when's the right time to attack. But the best one-day players, they get off strike easy. And then they're not forced into playing a big shot. They can play a big shot on their terms whenever they are ready to play a big shot. Does that make sense? So you've always got more time than you think, yeah?
Okay, thank you.